Beautiful. Shabbat Shalom. Adama v'shamayim chom ha'esh tzlil hamayim ani margish be'azog b'vekti beruchi benishmati. Let's try it again. Adama v'shamayim chom ha'esh tzlil hamayim ani margish zot begufi beruchi benishmati. Now this is the fun part of this song. Now the words are not that hard. It goes like this. Here we go. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. That's it. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. In English, earth and sky, the heat of fire, sound of water. I feel it in my body, in my spirit, in my soul. Hey ya, 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 ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. Adama, Adama v'shamayim chom ha'esh tzlil hamayim ani margish zot begufi beruchi benishmati. Last time. Hey ya, 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 ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. Shabbat Shalom. So I guess the first question I'll ask is there only just one authentic Israeli in the house? Is there any other Israeli born in? Did you ever sing that song on the beach in Israel? No? Never. Okay.
When he was stuck in traffic.
Hey, oh. Well, the reason I ask is because this is a classic Israeli song that we sing for Tu B'Shvat, which is the holiday coming up beginning on Sunday night, where we celebrate the birthday of trees. Can't you just see a lot of Israelis like dancing around a fire pit, singing about the earth and the sky and the moon and the trees and nature? Not Izzy's thing.
For us, it was a day off from school.
A day off from school, right? Like on Yom Kippur, when it was the day to scoot everywhere, right? And not be in shul all day. Well, friends, yes, this Shabbat, there's a lot of special things going on this Shabbat. Not only that you're all here with me. I'm Cantor Moses. If I haven't met you yet, I look forward to meeting you. And for those of you at home on this Shabbat, where we at Temple Israel, every first Shabbat of the month, we have a celebration Shabbat. So a little bit later in the service, we'll have an opportunity to share those things we're celebrating this month and to give you a little sweetness to your life. And also this Shabbat is very special and dear to me because it's a special Shabbat called Shabbat Shirah. And the word Shirah means song. It's the Shabbat of song. And we say this Shabbat Shirah, well, it got its name because we read the Torah portion, B'Shalach, where Moses and Miriam burst out into triumphant song as they crossed the sea, really tasting the sweetness of freedom. And we also traditionally chant a haftarah where Devorah, the prophetess, also sings her song. There's actually a beautiful book that I've studied called Perek Shirah, which means a verse of song. And it really connects to the holiday of Tu B'Shvat because it is a midrash, or a commentary, on celebrating the fact that all creatures, and even all nature, blades of grass, waterfalls, trees, have their own song, meaning they have their own message. And so in 2 days, right, or tomorrow night, no, the next night is Erev Tu B'Shvat, where we will celebrate nature and the sweetness that connects us to the natural world. And you might think it's kind of bizarre to celebrate Tu B'Shvat in the dead of winter here, right? But as I was just sharing that, of course, this holiday originates in the land of Eretz Yisrael, when at this time is actually the rainy season, when the buds are starting to appear, which we understand is an enduring symbol of hope, right? That's what we need too. The sun was out today, yes, but oh, was it chilly? And so this fruitful and fertile future is really God's promise of a renewed life, and that's how special it is. So tonight, we're going to do a couple things. Of course, we're going to celebrate the Shabbat of song with beautiful liturgy and songs that focus on this special planet and nature. And before we do that, I'd like to and also we're going to celebrate, right? We're going to celebrate your smachot, your simchas, and we celebrate with light. So before we bring in the light, I want us to have an intention, a kavanah, and join with me in this beautiful poem where we begin this special time by embodying tree. Please join with me. I think I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the sweet earth's flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. At this point, I'd like to invite David and Wendy Stone, if you would come and share your light with us. As they're coming up, if you'll turn around to your neighbors in front, behind you, and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. And we'll all make the bracha, the blessing, together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. So I hope everyone had a chance to enjoy some of our happy half-hour refreshments that were symbolizing all of the 7 species of Eretz Yisrael, all those special fruits and vegetables that are in the Torah that say this is the land of milk and honey, but it's also the land of barley and wheat and olives and pomegranates and figs and dates and, what was the? Grapes. Anavim, yes, of course, grapes. How could I forget the grapes? That's right. And so, then we taste truly the sweetness of Shabbat through, our taste buds, which of course is very important, especially on Shabbat. And we are reminded of the mystics who lived in Tzvat, who actually wrote this opening psalm. For some of you in my new class on prayer, you'll get an even more in-depth look at this beautiful psalm written in the holy mystical city of Tzvat by Moshe Alkabetz, who brought in this spirit. And of course, when we rise at the end, we're not really, waiting for an actual bride. It's the metaphorical bride. It's the metaphorical essence of purity, peace, and beauty in your own life. We sing together. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela yai lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela yai shamor vezachor vedibor echad ishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad l'shemo tiferet ve'litila lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela yai lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela yai likrat Shabbat lehu v'necha ki mekor haberacha merosh bikedem nesucha סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה יאללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יאללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי Orech kumi ori, 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 shir taberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla, lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekavela, lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekavela. We rise and face the entrance. Lai, 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 boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzolai, toch emune am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela, lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. You may be seated. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'amad yivrachrutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'gala b'gala uv'izman kariv v'emeru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olam me'amaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yidbar v'yidumam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu le'lam mikol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'ama ve'imeru. Amen. We rise as we are able and face our ark for the Baruch. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Umavir yom umevir laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. Let's read together at the bottom. That was our prayer for creation. And this is our prayer for revelation. What was revealed to the Jewish people? The Torah. Let's read together at the bottom. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and the length of our days. Then your love shall never depart from our hearts. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu, uvehem negei yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha ve'shinatam levanecha ve'dibarta bam B'shivtecha, b'beitecha, uv'lechtecha, v'derech, uv'shokbecha, uv'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, ve'hayu netotafot b'neinecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'b'sharecha, leman tizkeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'item kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, li'ot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. As we've come to our Micha Mocha prayer, we also sing this in Shirat Hayam, the song of the sea. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, and working wonders and miracles? We sing together. Micha Mocha b'yedim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'todesh, Nora tehidot osef v'nemar ki כי פתה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני. גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו בשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu And now our testament to remembering and keeping Shabbat. When we light our candles, the rabbis say, why do we have two candles? One is to keep and one is to remember. What is the difference? Keeping Shabbat? If you're Shomer Shabbat, does it mean you keep all of those strict laws about Shabbat? Or is it about, in my life and home, is about the spirit of the law, then the letter of the law, right? To keep it. And what is to remember Shabbat? To remember all those miracles, Yitziat Mitzrayim, when we were redeemed, right? When we were saved, that was a miracle. Maybe the miracle of the revelation of receiving the Torah, but maybe it's just the simple miracle that I got another day to live in this world, right? That God, granted me the breath. When we wake up, we say, Modeh ani. Thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity. So when we sing the Shamru together, it's a testament that we will, as a Jewish people, what was it? Has Shabbat kept the Jewish people, or has the Jewish people kept Shabbat? Which comes first, right? I have to quote my source, some great rabbi, I know. I will find that for you. But we sing together, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Beinu v'min Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. So it's fun when the cantor gets to lead services. We can do a Devar Torah through song, right? And I want to share just a little piece of Torah and a beautiful song to bring us into our Amidah prayer. But I'll ask you a question first. Did you know that there are actually 4 new years in the Jewish tradition? That's right. Believe it or not, it isn't just Rosh Hashanah that we should be celebrating. According to the Mishnah, there are 4 dates of the year that each are called New Year, all for different reasons. The holiday, which we're about to celebrate, Tu B'Shvat, is the 15th day of the month of Shvat, and that's one of them. The first New Year described in the Mishnah we know so well as the first day of Tishrei, our Rosh Hashanah, historically was about knowing when the Shemitah or Yovel years start, which meant when the land just lies low and truly gets a real rest every 7 years. And the second year was considered the first day of the month of Nisan, which was counting the years of a king's reign and knowing when the new season of the holidays started. The third year is described as the first day of Elul, our new year, for regrouping and newborn animals together in order to give them as offerings to the Kohanim, the priests. And the fourth year, according to Beit Shammai, would either be the first day of the month of Shvat for the new year for trees, or according to Beit Hillel, the 15th day of the month of Shvat. So of course, in our modern day observance, it looks like Beit Hillel won that battle. So today when we think of Tu B'Shvat, we think of children singing songs about trees, telling stories about planting seeds for our future, and reflecting what we can do to help with the healing of the earth. But I actually like to think about this holiday in a bit of a deeper way, in which we have an opportunity to renew our covenant, not only with the earth, but also with ourselves and with each other. Rabbi Jill Hammer writes in her Book of Days, Shvat, the month of the tree's new year, is also the month when we recall the destruction of plant life in Egypt and commit to patience and care in dealing with nature and with one another. Our conflict and wars and our enslavement of endless production can render us like Egypt, leaving us open to vast natural catastrophes. The days of Shvat that lead up to the New Year of Trees calls us to reflect on how fragile our world is. So I wanted to share that piece with you and just a little passage of a beautiful song that I learned in Israel. This is a poem by Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, written, the melody by Naomi Shemer, the queen of Israeli music. And I'm going to I'm going to chant just a beautiful passage of the melody in Hebrew while you can read along in the English to know what I am saying. Da lecha shekor rawe verawe yesh lo nigun meyuchad mishelo. Da lecha shekol esev ve'esev yesh lo shira meyuchadet mishelo umishirat hasavim naseh nigun shel roeh. I just think that melody is so beautiful and stirring that can lead us into our own personal Amidah prayer. I'll ask you if you are able to rise. We'll begin with the first 3 blessings together, and then you'll have an opportunity for your own private contemplation and meditation. Please feel free to be seated when you have completed your own prayer. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita yilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekone Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot Umevii Gula Livnei Benehem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiva Ruach Umorida Gashem Mechakel Chayim Bechesed Bechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umidomelach Melech Meimit Umechaye Umazmiach Yeshua V'remanat L'chayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kdoshim B'chol Yom Yahalu Chasala Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue silently. It's Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheya meushar deracheha darkei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadish chadish yameinu chadish yameinu kekedem At the end of our personal prayers, we also add a collective prayer for all those in our lives who need a full healing, refuat ha-nefesh and refuat ha-guf. So I will chant these traditional words, and when I pause, I invite you to share those names aloud for whom you're praying for. משברח אבותינו ואמותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את החולים. לב השל בן בת עמי ויעקב, נכבת שרה, רבקה, חנה, רות, חנה, בת חנה ותיאדור, ארן דוד בן פייליה, הרב טוביה לוי בן יוסף צביה כהן ובדיה, הרב ראובן שלמה בן מנדל, נעמי בת מרים וחרב יוסף, מרים בת שמחה ושפרה, ליאנו שבת בן ימין ושירה לאה, גבריאלה בת נחמיה ודבורה, רוחל שפרה בת חווה רות, רבקה בת אביגדור וליבי, רחל דבורה, Jerry Bain, Kayla bat Pesha, Brandon Berman, Becky Caudle, Pat Caudle, Ronald Cohen, Lee Conkle, Barbara Cooper Schaefer, Carol Crowfoot, David Dockner, Elaine Dank Freeman, Terry Darrow, Karen Gillen, Robert Guinness, Lou Goury, Annette Harris, Gilbert Hurrid, Kiana Greenwald, Ethan Kadish, Jeff Cave, Jesse Cloth, Kaya Cloth, Jerry Cruz, Brian and Jackie Kryness, Marilyn Lassen, Cheryl Logan, Marilyn Mendelman, Maddie Osborne, Anthony Paneth, Clark Patton, Steve Schaefer, Harriet Darrow Sobolewski, Bernie Spire, Annette Turner, Luca Zodchman, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimalei Rachamim, Aleihem, Lahachalimam, Uropotam, Ulachatzikam, Vayishalach Lehem Mehera Refuah Shleima, מן השמיים ורואות הנפש ורואות הגוף, אשר בגלה בזמן קריב, ונאמר Amen. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. And now, friends, it is your turn to share smachot, and now we're going to do it a little different way, that I'm going to invite you up here to the bima, or right below the bima, and to come up and to share your name and what you're celebrating. Colleen, I see you just like, are you ready? No? Oh, it looked like you were so ready to come. I'm sure you're celebrating something this month. What month is it? February. Come on up. Don't be shy. You're here, Tu B'Shvat. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think, does anybody have a birthday in my family? Yeah. Come on, Marion. Come up here. Yay. Tell us, everybody. Oh, good. See, it just takes one nachshon, Marion.
And today is my youngest brother's birthday.
Mazel tov.
Almost 10 years younger than me.
Mazel tov.
He's young.
Well, you get a little sweetness for
Thank
him
you.
on behalf of his birthday.
In 2 weeks, Shana and I are going to New York to help my sister celebrate her 70th birthday.
Wonderful.
Wow, beautiful. I'm going to New York too. When are you going? In President's Day weekend? Me too. May I see you on the plane? Wait, stay up here.
We're driving.
You're driving. Oh, I'm not driving. Come on up. Will you tell everybody your name?
Elliot.
Hi, Elliot. I'm so happy to have you at Sunday. You've been coming to Shabbat like every Friday night and at Sunday school. Elliot, awesome. What are you celebrating today?
My great-grandmother turned 98.
Whoa! That is a miracle. Elliot, I think you get 2 kisses. What do you think? One for you, one for your great-grandmother. Is that someone special up there too? Does she have something to share? Or you were just there for moral support? Well, we're so happy to have you in our Temple Israel family. Last chance, everyone. Oh, you want me? Come on, Randy, get up here. Come on, don't be shy.
In the words of Rare Earth, I just want to celebrate another day of living.
Amen, 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 Sela. The daily miracles, wait, stay up here, you can get a kiss too. I teach adults and children alike that the first part of the morning liturgy is called Nisim B'chol Yom. I don't need that too, which means daily miracles, right? Yeah, we think miracles only happen, once in a blue moon. No, they're daily miracles. So, and there's daily joyous, wonderful smachot to celebrate. So let's sing. Simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, Yehelanu, 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 Lecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, oh Lecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, oh Lecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, oh Lecho Yisrael. Toda Rabbah, thank you so much. You can go back to your season. I guess we're celebrating Tu B'Shvat this month, right? The birthday of trees. So, friends, we also want to add some really important prayers. Please join me for a prayer for our country. Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessings for our country, for its government, for its leaders and advisors, and for all who exercise just and rightful authority. Teach them insights of your Torah that they may administer all affairs of state fairly, that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, justice and freedom may forever abide in our midst. Creator of all flesh, bless all the inhabitants of our country with your spirit. May citizens of all races and creeds forge a common bond in true harmony, to banish hatred and bigotry, and to safeguard the ideals and free institutions that are the pride and glory of our country. May this land under your providence be an influence for good throughout the world, uniting all people in peace and freedom, and helping them to fulfill the vision of your prophet. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they experience war anymore. And let us say, Amen. Join me in the prayer for the welfare of the state of Israel. Master of compassion and forgiveness, cosmic majesty who is peace, teach us your ways, show us the path that preserves life. Plant a steadfast reminder of our inherited mission in our hearts, to be a compassionate people descended from compassionate people, pursuers of peace and harmony, keepers of God's way to do charity and justice, despisers of revenge and begrudging, lovers of forgiveness and pardon, the ones who unremittingly declare that humans are precious, for they were created in your image. Blessed are you, God, master of peace and reconciliation. And we sing together. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzor Yisrael veGoala. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzor Yisrael veGoalo. Please rise as you are able. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, Lemelech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo echad. You may be seated. So friends, we take time now to remember and reflect on all those in our lives who might not be physically present on this earth any longer, but remain very much alive in our hearts, our minds, and our memories. And I'd like to acknowledge the passing of Jeffrey Swartz, beloved father of our member Melissa Swartz and her children. We love so much, Stella and Eli. We're thinking of you and with you. In the period of Shiva, my dear friend, Jeremy Cohen, husband of Rachel Cohen, father to Mayan, Matthias, and Benji Cohen. In the period of Shloshim, we are recognizing the beloved Jack Madison, Roz Greenberg, Carol Zelizer Stoff. Is there anyone here in the period of Shiva that I'd like to acknowledge? Oh, I'm so sorry. And Zach's Joanne Ruth Wells. And we are now in the period of Shiva still, I believe. We mourn her passing, and condolences to you, Zach, and to your entire family. Is there anybody here in the 30 days of the Shloshim who've lost a loved one? You may stand and share the name. And in the 11-month mourning period, if you've lost a loved one, if you'd like to stand and share the name aloud of who you are saying Kaddish for. Ben. And if this is the yahrzeit, the anniversary of loved one's death, I'll ask you to rise when you hear your loved one's name read out loud. We remember Gabriel Abel, Samuel Altman, Jason Bailey, Debbie Boxer, J.D. Boxer, Simon Chodosh, Albert Buckner Coe, Lillian Dillon, Martin Fuhr, John Freeman, Jack J. Friedland, Nathan Gaynor, Anna Goldfarb, Marvin Goldfarb, Rose Gross, Alfred Guggenheim, George Hagerman, Alfred H. Harmon, Rose L. Kaplan, Alfred J. Kobacker, Lisa Lash, Marjorie A. Loeb. We remember Joseph Chaim Miller, Rose Bloom Monet, Meyer Monet, Marilyn Nan Motzener Spiegel, Norman Newmark, Bessie Nyman, Roslyn Pariser, Betty Reynolds, Doreen Rosen, Bessie Samonson, Anna Shalit, Abraham Schiffman, Charles L. Schreiger, Lester Seligson, Brian Sensor, Shirley Schreiberman, Dorothy Sosland, Dorothy Stein, Sadie Stone, Ray Swartz, Abe Weinfeld. Please forgive me if I pronounced anyone's name incorrectly, and come up to me if you know that I did. At this point, I'll ask everyone to stand, if it is your custom, to stand shoulder to shoulder as we recite the Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevarach leolam ulamei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'oma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. You may be seated. Before we make Kiddush, I would just like to say my Hakarat HaTov, which means my thank yous to Ruth Silverman and Jody Bumgardner and Scott. Were you our usher? Only one today, right? Oh, David, were you there? You're wearing your usher. I couldn't see if you were wearing. David and Scott, what would we do without the ushers? Thank you so much. And to Kylan Armstrong, who's back, and especially to you, Ruth and Jody, for setting up the beautiful Tu B'Shvat happy half hour. So I hope we can continue to munch on those Israeli goodies as we go out. And we raise a glass to Shabbat, celebrations, and Tu B'Shvat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikrae kodesh zecher l'tziad Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol amim ve'shabbat kodecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And now, before we conclude, I just want to take some advice, or to conclude, I should say, some advice from a tree for us all. We should stand tall and proud, sink our roots into the earth. Let's read together. Be content with your natural beauty. Go out on a limb, drink plenty of water, get lots of sunshine, remember your roots, and enjoy the view. Whoa, we should add that one. Alan said, and don't be a sap. Shabbat shalom, everyone. We can go outside and enjoy the refreshments. Shabbat shalom, hey. Shabbat shalom, hey. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.